This is RTV6 News at 7, working for you.
It is a Storm Team 6 alert day, and you can see why. Rain making a major impact. When it falls hard in Hamilton County. Already seeing numerous rescues due to flash flooding, and there's still a chance for severe weather. Good evening to you. I'm Amanda Starantino, and we're in the Storm Team 6 Tracking Center with Chief Meteorologist Kevin Gregory. And Kevin, how much more are we going to be expecting for the rest
We're getting
of the
a break now, so that's a good news, especially in Hamilton, on up to Tipton, and then Howard counties. Our overall severe threat has been diminished as well by this wall of rain that moved through. Some other showers and thunderstorms are developing. We'll get into that. To the north, these are the flood warnings for the next several hours. They're in effect until 9 o'clock, as you can see, in Hamilton County, and then 8 as you get up to Tipton, portions of Madison and Kokomo. Over 2 inches of rain has fallen today. If you back it up a little bit and include the last few days, you can see over 4 inches of rain, much of Hamilton County, and 3 to 4 as you go up 31. We're setting the stage then for each additional rain event to cause these kinds of problems. As far as the rain clearing Peru, heavy rain, and then northeast of Marion now. Those of you around Richmond have seen a wall of rain that's starting to push into the Buckeye State. Here's additional heavy rain now through Bloomington to Nashville. This will move toward Columbus and Shelbyville. It's not severe. Isolated thunderstorms still around this evening. Remember, the sun doesn't set until after 9 o'clock. Anything that develops certainly produces some heavy downpours, increasing the flooding threat.
High water is still a problem at Brown County State Park. The Department of Natural Resources says the park and the Abe Martin Lodge will remain closed through at least Sunday. It was supposed to reopen tomorrow. The closure is due to the lack of usable water caused by heavy rainfall. The park's water comes from Lake Ogle. Any closures past Sunday will be made on a day-by-day basis. Guests who booked rooms at the lodge this weekend will be offered rooms at other state park inns, or they can reschedule or get refunds. And tonight, RTV6 has found several busy intersections along one road on the northeast side have non-working pedestrian crosswalk signals. RTV6's Stephanie Wade also found out the city has been aware of this for months. She's near Castleton tonight with what's next.
A man was killed back in February walking at this intersection. The driver fled the scene. After that happened, a man reported to the Mayor's Action Center that not only this pedestrian crosswalk signal, but 5 others along 82nd Street were not working.
I'm not angry, I'm frustrated.
4 months after a 24-year-old man was killed walking near 82nd Street in the Castleton Square Mall, the pedestrian crosswalk signal here is still out. In fact, we counted 6 intersections along 82nd from Ivy Knoll to Bash Street where the signals are not working.
People are going to cross no matter what. It would be nice if there was a safe way to do so.
People want to know when they're going to be fixed. And I have that answer for you. The Department of Public Works tells me they're aware the crosswalk signals are in need of repair. Adding the signals was part of a resurfacing project that happened last year. They assure me they'll be functioning before July 12th. Stephanie Wade, RTV6.
Stephanie, thank you. And DPW also adds, because of wet weather, the traffic operations team who works on pedestrian signals has responded to nearly 1,800 service calls and 60 major accidents involving traffic and pedestrian signal problems since April 1st. The traffic operations team prioritizes emergency calls as they come in. A Hendricks County toddler has died after falling into a pool at a home in Avon. 22-month-old Wyatt Bush was unresponsive when emergency crews arrived Monday at the home on Bradford Road between Raceway Road and Ronald Reagan Parkway. The crew did CPR on him and rushed him to Riley Hospital, where he died on Tuesday evening. The coroner will determine the toddler's cause of death, but foul play is not suspected. And new at 7, a man arrested for a deadly shooting outside a West Side concert last year no longer faces charges. Marion County prosecutors say they dropped charges against Christopher Whitfield for evidentiary reasons. Now, Rogers was accused of shooting and killing Roderick Faulkner on August 18th of 2018 outside the Crave Event Complex on West Washington Street. Marion County prosecutors say Faulkner's murder remains under investigation. In Phoenix, outraged community members gather to speak out over local police officers' response to an alleged shoplifting incident. The meeting called in the wake of a viral video showing officers drawing guns on a couple in front of their young children. Romina Puga has the latest.
There is a destructive and dangerous systemic cancer in the Phoenix Police Department.
The young couple held at gunpoint by police for allegedly shoplifting, receiving support from their community, and now demanding action from elected leaders and local law enforcement.
We are not here because of a shoplifting incident. We are here because we are outraged at the conduct of Phoenix police officers.
Many expressing outrage that the officers, shown in this cell phone video drawing their guns on Drayvon Ames and his pregnant fiancée Aisha Harper in front of their children, haven't been fired. The officers reported that the couple refused commands, and they feared Harper had a weapon. At Tuesday's community meeting, the police chief was booed for this suggestion.
Real change doesn't start with the police department. Real change starts with our community.
Video from inside the dollar store appears to show Ames taking an item and the couple's 4-year-old daughter walking out with a doll that was not paid for.
They're trying to hurt us because she took a doll. Mass murderers get walked down and without a scratch.
Ames still facing unrelated charges in Tempe, Arizona, where police allege he became violent. His lawyers deny those charges and say they have no bearing on how police responded in Phoenix.
Let's say they took every single item from that store. Does that justify police brutality?
The dollar store has declined to press charges against the couple. Phoenix police say the officers involved in this incident will remain on desk duty as the investigation continues. Romina Puga, ABC News, Los Angeles.
June 19th is also known as Juneteenth, a day in which we commemorate the end of slavery in the U.S. This morning, the House Judiciary Subcommittee began the first congressional hearing for reparations in more than a decade. Texas Democrat Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee has reintroduced a bill calling for the United States to compensate the descendants of slaves for years of racial and economic inequality. Actor and activist Danny Glover, who describes himself as the great-grandson of a former slave, testified before lawmakers. Democratic presidential candidate Senator Cory Booker also spoke about this legislation.
National reparations policy is a moral, democratic, and economic imperative.
It's about time we find the common ground and the common purpose to deal with the ugly past.
Several other 2020 Democratic candidates have endorsed examining reparations, but they have stopped short of endorsing direct payouts for the descendants of African Americans. In a recent poll, 8 in 10 white Americans say they were opposed to reparations, while about 6 in 10 black Americans say they were in favor. It's been several days since those weekend tornadoes and severe weather moved through central Indiana, but the cleanup process is still ongoing. In Knightstown, cleanup is centered around the town's baseball park. The Youth League ballpark was under 3 feet of water after the storms, and once the water receded, volunteers stepped up. Last night, the community helped clean out the concession stand and ball equipment and start to get the fields ready for games.
We've got people who don't even have kids at the ballpark anymore. They're down here tonight helping. It's a special place for a lot of people in this town, and I think something like this shows what community is about.
If you still want to help, the Knightstown Youth League says they are collecting donations, both monetary and in Sam's Club gift cards. They hope to have the park cleaned up in time to finish league play and host all-star games in July. A rally full of positivity for our children. Today, educators, elected officials, and clergy join representatives of the 100 Black Men of Indianapolis at their High Five rally to celebrate the opening day of this year's Summer Academy. The 100 Black Men of Indianapolis Summer Academy provides students with educational, cultural, and social activities that help combat summer learning loss. As students entered IPS school number 74 this morning, they were greeted with a rousing round of applause, pats on the back, positive affirmations, handshakes, and high fives. Then they attended a convocation that will get them ready for the rest of the summer.
And be the best that you can be. Can you do that for us? Okay, so I want you to repeat something after me. I want you to say, I am a leader. I am an achiever. I am a believer.
And last year, the Summer Academy served nearly 200 students. The academy is located at IPS school number 74. When your iPhone breaks or malfunctions, you know the drill. It's off to the nearest Apple store. But now you have a new option that might best fit your needs. Coming up.
And downpours across central Indiana starting to shrink for now. We've got a little break. We'll call it a brief break in the forecast as we move toward the weekend coming up.
Trust Kevin Gregory and Storm Team 6. This is RTV6 News at 7, working for you.
This incredible video shows the aftermath of a deadly highway accident near Racine, Wisconsin. 2 people were killed after a semi-truck exploded. The semi then fell over the ledge of the freeway. Authorities had to shut down Interstate 94 in both directions. It is unclear what caused the semi to go over the freeway. And some nursing students are spending their summer hanging out with kids half their size. The special program with Easter Seals Crossroads gives the students from WGU online hands-on experience, and it gives kids a chance to enjoy summer camp. Camp abilities for kids ages 4 to 10 and WGU's nursing students volunteered to help complete their clinicals. The director of nursing for the university says it gives students the chance to gain new skills they will use in the real world.
We typically think of nursing education as taking care of sick people in hospital beds, but there's so much more to health and wellness for that. So we want to expose our students to this special patient population.
Camp Ability is hoping to grow so they can support more kids, and right now they have a waiting list for the next 2 sessions, but you can find out more information and get on that wait list through Easter Seals Crossroads. Well, this will make having a broken iPhone a little less annoying. You don't have to go to the busy Apple store to get it fixed. Apple announced today that any Best Buy store in the U.S. can now fix iPhones and MacBook laptops. The stores have trained technicians to do repairs. 6 states, including Montana and Wyoming, have no Apple store, so this could be huge. Apple's been criticized before for restricting iPhone repairs to its own stores. And Indiana has only 2 Apple stores in the entire state, one here in Indy, the other in Mishawaka, so this should make things a little bit easier for you. And Amazon is expanding plans to deliver more packages. The online retailer announced it will lease an additional 15 cargo planes from GE Capital Aviation Services. It's part of an effort by Amazon to handle more packages on its own. The company is also buying vans so more deliveries can be made by independent contractors rather than providers like the Postal Service, UPS, and FedEx. Still grooving after all these years, Harry Wayne Casey is bringing Casey and the Sunshine Band back to Indy. Today, the Indiana State Fair announced they would play the free stage this year. You will be able to get down with them on Thursday night, August 8th. And Casey was among the 5 final free stage shows announced today by the State Fair. Other artists announced today include the Guess Who, one of the biggest bands of the 1970s. Also, the State Fair is throwing it back with the Happy Together Tour featuring stars of the 60s and 70s. And the Indiana Wind Symphony will play the free stage, and the first Sunday of the fair will feature a contemporary Christian show with Grammy-nominated artists Matthew West and Francesca Battistelli. Now, we've seen plenty of tornadoes on TV this week, and some of us have seen them in person, but do you ever pay attention to what direction it's spinning? The National Weather Service says a tornado that hit South Dakota last weekend was spinning clockwise. This is significant because only about 1% of tornadoes that hit the northern hemisphere rotate in a clockwise direction. This tornado only lasted for about 45 seconds and caused relatively minor damage. Interesting. I actually never thought about that, Kevin.
Low pressure systems are all counterclockwise, and you see that familiar spin, so that's why that's unusual. It's not known exactly why that happens, but sometimes when the storms split, there might be a small opportunity there to get some weird spin like that. Well, for us, it's about flowing water and the power of water, nothing to fool with. This is by the Indianapolis Zoo, what you would expect, one of the low-head dams there along White River, and the water is on the move, and it's rising as well. As far as our temperatures are concerned, they're pretty much stuck in the 70s in most locations. As far as our humidity level, that's sky high too. 72 in Indy, 68 in Zionsville. A noticeably cooler day tomorrow. Humidity will be down as well. That's a beginning of a slight break from this daily chance for showers and thunderstorms. Any additional thunderstorms this evening should not be as widespread. They could contain some heavy rainfall, though. Anytime it rains, it seems like it pours pours now with this humidity very high, and that would lead to quickly rising water in the roadways and streams. One area of thunderstorms in Kentucky, another in central Indiana, another in northeast portions of the state. We've got multiple flood warnings. These are flash flood warnings from Hamilton County up into Kokomo. It's not raining there now. That's the good news. Get to catch our breath a little bit. From Marion to Portland, the rain has moved out. Other rain in Wayne County, and then this has kind of been fizzling just to our south, but decent rain still. Northern portions of Brown and northwest portions of Bartholomew County, northwest of Columbus, and we follow that, chase it right to the state line. It will move south of Winchester through Fountain City and Richmond, and other additional rain will fade away this evening. As far as severe weather, right now severe thunderstorm watch in effect south of the Ohio River. That will continue until 9 or 10 o'clock tonight. For us tomorrow, the noticeable changes: lower humidity, the rain chance in the morning will diminish in the afternoon. The temperature only climbs to about 73. It will also be breezy. It's been so stagnant. That's why these have been slow-moving thunderstorms. There's no real steering currents to move those along. Temperatures of about 73 in central Indiana. Some of you will miss the 70-degree mark, but this is temporary. Temperatures will be back in the middle to upper 80s as we go to the weekend, but not tomorrow. Friday, our dry day. The chance for shower or thunderstorm southwest of Indianapolis in the afternoon, just 20 to 30%. I think most of us will stay dry. 7 a.m. cloud cover around. As we get to the afternoon, there's your brief chance for a shower or thunderstorm the way we see it now. Into the weekend, a rising chance for thunderstorms. Temperatures come up, humidity rises, and rain chances as well. Temperature hits 87 on Sunday. That's the warmest day within the 7-day planner. Thunderstorms are most likely over the weekend. It looks like Saturday night and Sunday.
My rain boots have been a common
They're full. You should empty
right
them
now.
and start over. Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Kevin. Coming up in our nightly Hiring Hoosiers report, helping people get the skills they need to get the jobs they want. The staffing company pairing people with a success coach to help them land a job.
1,000-mile warranty and Honda of Fishers.
Hiring Hoosiers is our initiative that works to connect you to jobs, resources, training, and education. One company seeking to grow the skills of its talent pool has added a success coach to help in the job search. As Rafael Sanchez reports, these coaches are helping people looking for a better job get what they want.
Filling jobs is a challenge under the current tight labor market, so retaining quality people is a priority. That's why the GROW program was created by Indy-based staffing company, the Morales Group.
There's a lot of better jobs out there, and unfortunately a lot of people don't have the skills. The GROW network is helping them grow to have those skills.
The Morales Group matches people interested in moving up with the training they need to make it happen. Those selected must have a proven record of good job attendance, plus a good attitude and aptitude.
Based on your performance and attendance, you've been selected if you want it. And I said, yeah. So when I did the training, I came back a couple weeks later, had a job.
If you two get along, the job is yours.
Each person is also assigned a success coach to help them reach their goal.
With this upcoming challenge of the 1 million jobs in the next 10 years, we can't afford to let Hoosiers just sit where they are. Being more proactive about creating a pipeline to develop them, I think, is going to be the trend.
John Key has a dream. He's a refugee from Burma who wants to advance on the job. But first, he's working on improving his English. A language barrier can be a major issue. Others reject the chance at a new job because of lack of transportation or the fear of taking a risk.
A lot of people are just afraid to do it because they haven't had someone next to them working with them. They don't trust, trust issues. And, a lot of times that's, one of the biggest barriers.
Rafael Sanchez, RTV6.
Thanks, Rafael. The Morales Group also believes its GROW efforts will help employers create a better workplace culture and invest in their current workforce. You can find out more at hiringhoosiers.com. We'll be right back for the final check of our weather after this break.
Stars and Stripes event at Ashley Home Store.
Happening tomorrow, Choice Career Fairs is holding an event to give job seekers the opportunity to connect with local employers. It'll be at the Marriott Indianapolis East on East 21st Street from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Jobs will be available in administrative, customer service, law enforcement, and sales. All job seekers are welcome to attend this event to submit resumes, network, and meet face-to-face with local hiring managers.
Now, as we look at our Salesforce Tower Cam, you can see Bankers Life Fieldhouse. Big decision for the Pacers in the next 24 hours. Who do they draft? For us, it's where will the rain be? That's the big question. To the south, the heaviest rain now between Edinburgh and Columbus along I-65. More thunderstorms possible tonight, but I think on a limited basis, not as widespread.
All right. Well, we'll see you at 11 o'clock.